Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's the Kurin Keys Show. I'm Kurin, the king of controversy. And listen, it's time for y'all to get up, get your coffee, and get your day started. Today's show, I got some amazing features. I got a group of brothers on it. They're young, by adolescent age, one on the bass, one on the drums. He's rocking out. I got a girl at a wedding that says, if only you knew. And when I say y'all, she sang that song. That baby sang that song. Then it's another piano student that did the jazz tune Spain. Killed it. Absolutely remarkable. Then we're gonna get into the y'all gonna swear I'm lying, which is some crazy things that go on in the community that makes say, yeah, Kurin, y'all gonna swear I'm lying. Later on in the show, we're gonna get into some tips for success. You know, people ask me all the time, Kurin, what did you do to get there? Like, how did you get in? It's not like magical fairy dust. I really want to share some of the things that help me along my journey so they can help you along your journey. Because Kurin, you're on TV, you're on Amazon, you're doing this, you're doing that. But a lot of this stuff is, you know, I make it look easier than it actually is. You know, some behind the scenes stuff. But anyway, we're going to discuss that when we get back. I'm Kurin, it's the Kurin Keys Show. Keep it locked. We'll be back after these messages.
T-shirts printed. Oh, need t-shirts printed.
Need t-shirts printed? Get 50 t-shirts, any color you choose, with a one-color logo on the front, just $4.95. You heard me? $4.95 each. Military, weddings, events, ball teams, churches, whatever you need, we got it. Get your t-shirt.
It's only $822.
Luxury, destination, cultural, unique, memorable experiences. Professionalism that gives you peace of mind. Creative artistry with a passion for your wedding vision. Above and beyond to make you the star of your wedding story. We are True Faith Media Productions, your premier choice for cinematic wedding films. Contact us today as you start a beautiful tomorrow. Visit online at truefaithmediaprod.com or call 910-445-6453.
I can't even explain what I just saw. This piano student sat down and it was like magic watching them play the chord progressions and like, you know what I say all the time, roll the footage. So these brothers are in a garage and they jamming. I'm like, and when I say that it got so good to one of them that he had to start the jam off with his shirt off. So, as we always say, roll the footage. Hey, Miss Patty.
Hey, Kurin, honey, how you doing?
I'm all right. Listen, first off, I want to say I need 5 of your pies because I think Walmart ran out and I got to have those for the holidays.
Yeah, honey, you know I definitely can take care of that for you.
And listen, it was this little girl. She had to be between 10 and 12 years old. She sang "If Only You Knew." When I say she blew your song, mama, she blew that song.
Okay, Kurin, I got to see that. Roll the footage.
Yo, did she sing that song or what? Now, here's the fun part. That really wasn't Patti LaBelle, but it was fun to kind of do that part because y'all like, oh my God, he didn't call Patti. No, that's not Patti, but it was fun to kind of go with that. But that girl did sing that song.
Luxury, destination, cultural, unique, memorable experiences. Professionalism that gives you peace of mind. Creative artistry with a passion for your wedding vision. Above and beyond to make you the star of your wedding story. We are True Faith Media Productions, your premier choice for cinematic wedding films. Contact us today as you start a beautiful tomorrow. Visit online at truefaithmediaprod.com or call 910-445-6453.
Stay tuned to the Kurin Key Show because we got Y'all Gonna Swear I'm Lying coming up next. There's this baby. She's in church and praise and worship is going on. I mean, show enough. You know that show enough praise and worship where church is getting in, the organ is giving in there, the drummer. The baby ain't no bigger than 2. When I say this baby gave her praise break and had her little hands behind her back and it got good, I cannot do it justice. As I always say, roll the footage.
For your family, ears have no word. People have entered into the hearts of man. But God is going to use for you.
There's always this old saying of crabs in the barrel. You don't have to put a lid on top of a barrel of crabs because the crabs will pull each other back. Well, listen, this one crab was not having it today. They frying the crab up. You know, I think it had a couple pieces of butter in it and everything. This crab jumps out of the pan and turns the stove off. Literally, the crab said, not today. Roll the footage. Now, y'all know how I feel about relationships and love and exchange and happiness. Like I really, 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 really love to see people in happy relationships. So I adore seeing different speakers, especially in church, when they speak on relationship development. Let me tell you something. This mother of this church decided to tell y'all that, listen, take care of your man. And mom, when I say mama preached the word, mama preached the word. Roll the footage.
Tell them how to make a man a meal. Teach them how to witness. Teach them how to keep a man a clean bed. Amen. Teach them how to look decently and in order for their husbands. Amen. Teach them. You don't have to teach them how to make quilts. They can go buy one. But you can also teach them how to act when they get under one. That's needed. That's needed. Where they gonna get it, in the street? You don't want them to get that information out of the nightclub. Have groups to get together and teach them. You women who have had husbands 30, 40, and 50 years have been successful. Some of us couldn't do, and you did it. Tell them how to keep him. Tell him how to wash his back when he's in the tub. Tell him how to hand him the towel. Amen. Tell him how to take a feather and wake him up in the morning. Tell him how to whisper in his ear. Tell him how to take your fingernails and just carry him over his body slightly. Make him leap through. Oh, good God Almighty. Tell him how to tell that booger you can make him peep through muddy water and spot dry land if you know how to do it. Well.
Don't mind me, I'm just praise breaking off the good word that mama just gave in there. What she say? She said, make a man peek through mud and see dry land. Say it again one more time. I need y'all to hear that one more again. Run it back.
Make him peep through muddy water and spot dry land if you know how to do it.
That's that good word she just gave. Ooh, mama gave a good word. Listen, stay tuned, keep it locked. It's the Kurin Key Show. So I get asked the question a lot, Kurin, what did it take to be successful? And personally, I don't feel like I'm anywhere near where I need to be, but I know from the outside in, looking in, people are like, well, yeah, you're this far and you're that far and you've done this. And the first thing I can say is my mindset changed. Like, I saw somebody that I didn't feel was as smart as me make it. And when I saw them make it, I was like, well, he did it, then I can do it. And then I saw people that, were at my eye level make it. Then I saw people that were my eye level go on to do greater things. And at that moment, it was like, this is possible, this is doable. And a lot of times we get inundated or trapped in a situation because we think that there's literally no way out, or it's no way this can happen. And what happened with me as a young man, I tell this story all the time. I was about 10, 11 years old. We were going to St. James Church in Camden, New Jersey, right there on Walnut Street. So Esther was one of the ladies that taught me how to play the drums. So we go to this church in Philly. Steve is the organist. You know, when you go to a new church, the organist goes up, his musicians go up, and the organist went up and the drummers were up in the balcony. We was like, well, nah, it's a left-handed drummer. He's gonna have to switch the drums around. And I had my 6, I was about 10, 11 years old. And they were like, well, nah, we'll just let him play. We're not gonna go and interrupt it. And I was just like, I sat there and it boiled on me. And it was like, I don't wanna just sit here. My organist is up there, my pastor's up there, I can play. It was a big church too, so it was packed. About 1,200, 1,300 people, it was packed. And so I think the church name was Rose of Sharon. I think so, at that time. So it was packed to the wall. Organist is playing, so I said, I'm gonna go down there and tell this drummer this is my organist, and I'm with the visiting church. And so they were still up on the balcony, and I walked away from them. I walked downstairs, and when I walked, I did not look back. I didn't look up there for approval. I kept my eyes straight, and I walked, and I went up to the drummer, and I was like, yeah, I'm with you. He was like, yo, you with the church? Okay, cool. Moved the drums around, everything went in there, dapped me up, moved my seat up. I was like 10, 11 years old. And I knew all the hits, because it's my organist. Boom. Rocking, jamming, the whole crowd. And at that moment, I knew that if I don't try, it'll never happen. If I don't push the envelope, it'll never happen. I would have still been sitting in that balcony waiting on my turn instead of taking my turn. And what I'm telling y'all is that I got that at 11 and I never looked back. My mindset said, I can do it. So when I was looking at the stuff for Amazon Prime or getting on Netflix, and everybody said, you can't get on Netflix, it's really hard to get on Amazon Prime. I kind of did some research. I went out to LA, talked to a couple lawyers, talked to a bunch of people around me, and I found a way in. I did not take no for an answer. And all I'm telling you is that, listen, if you get your mind wrapped around the fact that you're not going to take no for an answer, and that in spite of anything, you're gonna push through. You have the ability to make it, and that mindset is so important. You know, because there's one aspect, like Jay-Z's my favorite rapper, and he says, I will not lose. My motto's a little different. Mine is I'm gonna always win. Always win. And I want you to tune in to me when I say that. I'm gonna always win. It's my mindset for my generations, for my sons, for my grandsons, everybody. I'm gonna always win. Because either I'm winning or I'm learning, and even when I'm learning, I'm still winning. Yo, it's the Kurin Keys Show. We'll be back right after these messages. I love y'all.
Need t-shirts printed. Oh, need t-shirts printed.
Need t-shirts printed? Get 50 t-shirts, any color you choose, with a one color logo on the front, just $4.95. You heard me? $4.95 each. Military, weddings, events, ball team, churches, whatever you need, we got it. Get your t-shirt.
It's only 822.
Next up on the Kurin Keys Show, We're going to talk about the second half on this path to success. Work ethic. Keep it locked.
And you're watching the Kurin Keys Show. You're watching the Kurin Keys Show! Yeah, that right there. Stay there. Yeah, just like that. Let me do my Mary J. Blige dance.
No, not
the Mary J. No.
Work ethic, work ethic, work ethic, work ethic. I don't know how to stress this more. Like, work ethic is so important when it comes to the levels of success. And I don't care whether whether your dreams are athletic, whether your dreams are academic, whether your dreams are in business, whether your dreams are as a parent. You may just want to put everything into your kids. Your level of work ethic and consistency is so important because you won't always have the resources. You won't always have everything that you need to get everything done all at the same time. It just doesn't work like that. I've never seen it like that in life. But your own individual work ethic, your ability to not give up. You don't know what's going on. Things have been crazy. I've been in the middle of printing. It was the worst job I'd ever took. And I reached out, I looked on the internet, and I didn't give up. And it was the last thing I called a buddy of mine. I was like, what am I doing wrong? And he said, oh yeah, Kurin, you left this piece off and that piece off. Just add that back on there and everything. And it was at that last moment where I was seeking wise counsel to make my work ethic move along. But you don't get there until your work is like your work ethic matches your dreams and they come together to make magic. Like, it's not impossible. You don't have a glass ceiling. You just have to see it here. Like I said in the first part, your mindset. And once your mindset, you know that it's possible, then you just kind of work and keep pushing and keep pushing and keep pushing. I like the story that Kobe Bryant told. Kobe said he was in the gym, they were about to play the Kings. And Jason Williams came in the gym and Kobe had been shooting a while. And Jason Williams shot up, he said he shot like 200 jumpers, worked out a whole hour and a half. And Jason Williams was about to leave. And Kobe was still there, working. Kobe was still putting shots, working on his moves, jumping, so forth and so on. So Jason left. I think that night Kobe dropped 40 or 50 on him. And Jason came up to him, he says, I watched you work out. You had to have been there an hour before that. And Kobe said, I probably stayed another hour after you left, but I needed you to know you'll never outwork me. And that's why they call him the Mamba. You know what I mean? Because he's a finisher, but the aspect of tenacious effort in your work ethic, to know that where I may not know what tomorrow brings, but I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna put my feet on the ground, and I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna go. Listen, I went to LA and had no idea what I was doing. Maybe I was talking to a lawyer, maybe I was talking to this person. This is how I was scrolling the internet and I looked up a Warner Brothers tour for $60. I was like, all right. I've been everywhere in LA. I don't know what's going on. And I was like, I'm gonna just take this tour and just see what happens. So I go out to the tour and I get there. And guess what? The tour guide takes us everywhere inside. So I'm behind the scenes, I'm in the studio, people looking at the pictures and I'm looking at the lights. And I'm like, okay, that's a red camera, that does this does that, so forth and so on. So the whole tour wound up being a learning experience for me to understand the industry. But if I gave up, if I was like, oh, the lawyers ain't talking about it, nobody wants to help me, because you'll get to a point where you feel like you're going somewhere and the people there won't help you. I get it, it's okay. And like, I promise you, I get it. You're looking at those people like, hey, you have the information. 9 times out of 10, if they didn't give it to you, they didn't have it and they got there, you know, by dumb luck, because the people that really got there by work ethic will always have their hands open to say, here's what I did, here's how I did it. I want to make your path easier. And so I went on the tour, it was bananas. And I learned, and then I find out as a filmmaker, I can film on Warner Brothers Studio. Here's the point of contact. Here's their email. Here's their phone number. This person is glad to work with you, so forth. So I met one of the people that work on the set for Harry Potter. It was crazy. But if I had stopped, I would not have gotten that. If I got discouraged and said, you know, I came to LA and, you know, it's crazy, so forth and so on. So don't let anybody outwork you, and have your mindset to know that it's always possible. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all staying locked in. It's the Kurin Key Show. We've come to the end of another show, and I appreciate y'all keeping tuned in to the Kurin Key Show. Hopefully some of the things that I gave you on the path to success help your journey. Listen, do not be discouraged. I know it's hard. I know you're frustrated. I know you're going through a whole lot, but listen, whether your ideals are athletic, academic, business, parenthood, or whatever you're doing, it's possible. If you can see it here, it's possible. So make sure you get it here first. Listen, I want y'all to walk in love, and I want y'all to walk in prosperity. You know, I always want to see other people win, because that's that moment when you see them winning, I get excited, because if you're winning, I'm like, they did it. Because nobody knows the path that you took to get there. You know, nobody knows your story. And then when you make it, you get an opportunity to share your story. Listen, I'm Kurin, the King of Controversy. I will see y'all next week, Friday, 9:30, same time, same bat channel. Y'all be good. Rue, I'm out.